Okay, so we're looking at a formative quiz on quadratics. There's some notes that you need to look at again. Just go over it, take yourself your notes if you need to, but if it's obvious then that's fine. Okay, when you're ready, come across to the next page and we'll start doing some questions. Okay, so we're looking at ones where they're already in brackets, so we said do not expand. Do not expand. Okay, so the answers are just straightforward and obvious, and so look at your notes and when you're ready come back live. Okay, this first one you take the opposite, so the answer is -3. This one here you take the opposite and the answer is 5, and that's done. Okay, next one, this one here the answer is 0 because there's not a number with it, and this one here the answer is just -2, you just take the opposites. Okay, this one here, this is like having two brackets that are exactly the same. And so the answer is -1 for both of them, so you just write down -1 once. So you can go straight from the first line and there's only one answer because both brackets give you the same answer. Okay, and the last one, okay, so if you want to, I'll do it a bit slower. So we got 2x plus 5 equals 0, or 3x minus 4 equals 0. So 2x equals -5 and x equals -5 on 2. So basically change the sign of the number and then divide by the coefficient. Okay, so 3x equals +4, and so x equals 4/3. Change the sign of the number and then divide by the coefficient. Okay, let's move across where you don't have them factorized. Okay, so again, we're looking for numbers that multiply to the back and add to the middle. Okay, so have a go, and when you're ready, come back live. Okay, so just for the people who get stuck and don't know where to start, write down the factors of 12. 12 times 1, 6 times 2, 4 times 3, and you're looking for a pair of numbers that add. And so this one here is the 4 and 3. So your next line is x plus 4, x plus 3 equals 0, and then you just take the opposite. So +4 is -4, +3 is -3. Okay, so again we'll just write out the factors. 15 times 1, 5 times 3. Damn, made a mistake. That should be a 2x. Sorry about that. Okay. So it has to be the 5 and the 3, which has a difference of 2. It's a minus at the back, so it's one of each. So it's going to be x minus 5 and x plus 3 equals 0. So x equals +5 and -3. So sorry about that if you lost a lot of sleep over that one. Okay, now this next one here, we're looking at these numbers and the 3 goes into all of them. So we're going to divide by 3. So we've got x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. Okay, so we've got a minus at the back and a plus in the middle, so it's going to be 2 minuses. So the factors are 6 1s and 3 2s, but we have to take the 3 and the 2 because we need to get a -5. So it's -3 and -2 equals 0. And so the answer is +3 and +2. So just remind, if you have a minus at the back, that leaves you've got 2 of each, one of each, not 2 of each. And if you have a plus at the back and a minus at the middle, then you must have 2 minuses. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so next one is another technique to factorizing. It's in your notes, so hopefully you can recognize it, and when you're ready, come back live. Okay, this one here is called the difference of 2 squares. So it's x minus 3, x plus 3 equals 0. And so the answer is +3 for the first and -3 for the second. Here, 2 goes into both numbers, so you take 2, or actually what we'll do is we'll divide through by 2. Divide by 2, so we've got x squared minus 100 equals 0, and then this is the difference of 2 squares. X minus 10, x plus 10 equals 0, and so the answers are +10 for the first and -10 for the second, and we could write it down as plus or minus 10, and we could write this one down as plus or minus 3. So when the numbers are the same, one's a plus, one's a minus, you can take that little shortcut if you want to. It's not compulsory. Let's move on. Okay, so now we've got ones where the equation doesn't equal 0. So the first step you have to do is you have to bring these things across and make them equal to 0. Okay, so can you do that? And when you're ready, come back live. Okay, so the next line is x squared minus x minus 6 equals 0. It's a minus at the back, so it's one of each. Numbers are 6 times 1, 3 times 2. We have to use the 3 and the 2 because we need to get a difference of 1. So it's going to be minus 3 and plus 2 equals 0. And so the answers are positive 3 and minus 2. This next one is x squared plus 5x minus 6 equals 0. It's a minus at the back, so it's one of each. Numbers are 3 times 2, 6 times 1, and we need the 6 times 1, so we can get a 5. So we're going to have x plus 6, x minus 1 equals 0. And so the answers are minus 6 and plus 1. And that's the end of quadratic equations. Thanks.